This is what would happen. It would be a rising tide of prosperity that lifted all the ships. All of us deserve dignity. Every job is important. In fact, those crappy paper pushing, jobs out there, what the hell are they doing? These people don't know how to pound a nail and build your house. Do they know how to plant the plant? You know what I mean? To grow your food. What the hell? They're useless, and yet they get all the glory. We're told education's going to solve all our problems, when the fact is that all these pencil pushers and paper pushers in the world, they can't shut the system down. But if the clerks at the grocery store stop working, if the truck drivers stop working, if the carpenters stop building, okay, if the farm workers stop farming, then you could shut the system down tomorrow. So who's kidding who? You're not kidding me. So all I'm asking out there, do you pass the evil test? Okay, are you ready? If things should change tomorrow to where we had full equality on earth, we had a 100% voluntary based reality, just the same as every other creature out there. Okay, are you ready for that reality? Because that's what's coming. And you need to ready for it. You need to, like Jesus said, the kingdom of heaven is within you. You want to cultivate your garden in his kingdom. You want to prepare your room in his mansion. You want to prepare your mansion in his kingdom. Okay, true happiness comes from one place, a clear conscience. And who gives the clear conscience? It's with permission from above. So don't ever fool yourself. Don't ever delude yourself to believing you're truly happy when all you are is an establishmentarian who says, hey, the systems work well for me. I'm prosperous. I'm secure. Remember the story in the Bible about the guy that he stored up plenty of goods in his barn. Remember that story? Jesus told that story. And he said that very night the Lord demanded his life from him. Just when he was sitting back thinking how he had it made, how smart he was, and how secure he was, But he didn't have it together, man. He needed to be recycled, or whatever God does with poor wretched souls that are lost. Okay, because there's two kinds of ways of being lost. You can be lost intentionally. That's the whole blasphemy thing. The one unforgivable sin. That's it. That's it. I can't judge anyone who's committed it because I don't know. I'm not God. Thank God I don't have to reach into the heart of man and understand his motive. But then there's the other kind of people that are just ignorant. So when you're deceived, it's like Jesus said, you're going to be beaten with less blows because you're ignorant. You really had been genuinely deceived. But anybody that goes along, that knows truth from lies, and goes along with the father of lies, aka Satan, Lucifer, okay, and all his minions, you're a part of that team. And that team is going to spend a long time underground, hanging out with guys that, I mean, you know what, I don't want to get too personal here, but I can imagine the kind of people that may have committed blasphemy to the Holy Spirit. Okay, it's unconfessed sin. I mean, look, anybody that had something to do with the JFK assassination needs to come clean. Anybody that knows about rigged markets needs to come clean. That knows that there is a handful of people that have intentionally wrecked up the joint. That's what they've done. They've taken a very beautiful thing, which is prosperity, not for some, but for everybody. Okay? And they just blew the crap out of it. I make no bones about it, folks. It's wicked what these people have done to us and gotten people to believe in it. They're anti-golden rule. Everything they do is opposed to the golden rule of treating others the way you want to be treated. They're hypocrites. They're epitome. Okay? They're the definition of hypocrisy and a double standard. They don't want what's right for humanity. They don't want what's good for you or anybody except themselves and their own deranged offspring. They're sick. They're sick. They believe in things like reincarnation, like they get to choose where they're born again. Life extension stuff. I mean, hell, Daddy Bush looks like he's been eating, what do they call them, these stem cells or something. He looks awful in his 90s, but God, would you want to, look like that when you're 90? Oh, no thanks. But, God knows what these people are into. All kinds of weird stuff. There's anecdotes about blood drinking and all kinds of stuff that, it's stranger than fiction, folks. But let me tell you, you don't want to be like these people. Okay? You want to run, not walk away from this. Okay? Because these people are haters of humanity. Yeah, I'd like to sum up this video just by saying that, you know, in this world system, living by the golden rule is considered foolishness for the most part. Okay? You're considered pragmatic. You're the smart ones. If you're out there being shrewd and doing business and saying, hey, you know what, I'm profiting and, you know, I'm okay, you know, you should be okay, or unless there's something wrong with you. Inferring that, you know, there's something wrong with you if you're poor. Okay? When the fact is that a lot of people, the people with the highest integrity out there, tend to want to take a vow of poverty and reject the system, you know, in entirety because of all the injustice out there. Unnecessary human suffering. And it all comes down to money. This is how it's been done to us, folks. Okay? You know, when they wrecked up the economy, they knew exactly what they were doing here. Okay? They knew exactly what they were doing. They create a situation where guys are hungry for work. It's easier to enlist them into the military service. Okay, when the times are tough, these people are very diabolical. They think very deeply about what their plans are. They think long ahead of time, and they're reaping the rewards right now of what their predecessors, guys like Hitler and all his sycophantic followers, started. That's what they're doing. They're carrying that torch. They say that we're divided as conservatives and liberals. It's a crock of bull. Now you know. It's establishmentarians, those that will support the system when it comes down. You want to know what the mark of the beast is? Here's another test. Is that you better decide which side you're on. Okay? Are you on the side of the establishment or not? Okay? And maybe it's going to come down to in America, and it very likely could. I would not be surprised if it was even prophesied in Bible that we're going to end up like Egypt recently, that had a military coup. I mean, we get enough. I hear disgruntled military all the time. You know, they're trying to call the veterans the new terrorists. I mean, who in the hell are these people kidding? You know, they've got us on all sorts of drugs out there. I mean, half the people are drugged. You know, a third of them need help with buying food. You know, they're subsidizing they're colluding with the private interests. The government interests are. Take a look at property values. See how these people work. Okay, they want the high property values because it's a high tax base. You understand how this works? So it's hand in glove. They're working with the private. They're taking money out of your pocket, put it in the landlord's pocket, in their pockets, and sending the lion's share back to the bankers who set up this whole system that was bound and determined to create disparity between haves and have-nots, folks. And it hasn't stopped. There is still to this day no checks and balances on our currency. None. And, you know, so you can expect things to degrade more and more and more until that time when we've got, I mean, it's going to be like, you know, hitting a wall when people get reality is a lot different from what they thought it was. Because this whole system is going down the tubes and going down quick. Okay? It's done. I mean, it's over. The good news is that truth is exploding too. And this is the power that the righteous, the decent people have, is bringing the truth to others in a way they can understand, in a way they can't resist. That's so simple to understand how the wool has been pulled over our eyes. And it's all about money. And if you take away that incentive, you take away the wars and most all the crimes. Okay, you take away the debt. You take away poverty. Okay, and you bring in joy and happiness in the form of a voluntary-based reality where we understand we're very creative and inventive people and we like to serve each other and to be appreciated for our talents. Okay, it's a natural, God-given thing. It's instinct. And, you know, that we could have a paradise. But the only way to understand that paradise is to understand that we are a family. Okay, that your welfare is literally mine. Because if I can't be happy, if you're suffering needlessly,